Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So I'm just going to take a page out of Tariq Nasheed and Jason Black's playbook and say, we got to do some straightening around here because when we're out here trying to play nice, other people are trying to play to win. And I'm still talking about Nigerians with this Super Bowl win. So it's some things that we need to get straight because people are quick to get beside themselves, and sometimes they just need to be put in their place, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, some people might call this messy. I don't believe that I'm being messy. I believe that I'm bringing clarity, and I believe that I am standing up for my own people because we sit back and wait for somebody else to do it. Well, as my Sunday school teacher used to say, somebody else died yesterday, so I'm going to do it.
Nigeria has just won the Super Bowl. Yes, you heard me correctly, the Super Bowl. People are going to tell you, oh no, it's the Seattle Seahawks. They were the ones who won it. No, it was these guys. These are the winners. I call them the Lagos Lions. The Lagos Lions, bro. These guys won it, fam. These guys won so hard. It made DDG start using Niger slang. And he's even changed up his look as well, bro. Trying to look like Dr. Umar Johnson, bro. The real king of Wakanda, bro. Congratulations, because
Now, this is either an Ethiopian or an Eritrean talking. He doesn't know anything about football, but he knows a lot about tribalism. And I'm not the only one that was offended by this video. And one of my subscribers was offended as well and said, talk about what Nigeria is doing in the World Cup. So I decided to do a little bit of research about how Nigeria is faring in the World Cup or with the World Cup, however they say it. The Federation International Football Association, often called the World Cup, is an international association football competition among the senior men's national teams of the members of FIFA, which is the acronym for the Federal International Football Association. So the World Cup is what Nigeria participates in. So this is what we need to be focused on. If we want to talk about Nigeria winning something, we need to see how they're faring in the World Cup. Now, if y'all want to call me petty, go right ahead. If you want to call this messy, go right ahead. But I consider myself defending the honor of Black Americans because people are not going to come here and participate in something that we had to suffer to build, to sacrifice, to be spit on, to be called all kinds of racial slurs. These football players had to go through similar what Jackie Robinson had to go through when he broke into Major League Baseball. So they had to suffer and they had to build this league. And now it is about 75, 80% Black. And somebody gonna come in here from another place, walk in without having to go through all of the turmoil that they had to go through, and gonna jump up and try to give credit to Nigeria. We ain't doing that here in the United States of America in 2026. So let's look at where Nigeria is on the world stage relative to FIFA. Nigeria is a proud football nation with talent everywhere. But in the actual FIFA World Cup, they have won no championships, no semifinals, no quarterfinals, and the best finish is of round 16. Now I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound like they won anything much. They missed recent tournaments and struggling in qualifiers. So they're barely even qualifying for the World Cup these days. That's not slander, that's the record. So when people start claiming a national victory of 4 players in an American league, then we have to talk about it. If we're talking about national sports dominance, what does Nigeria dominate? And this is where Black Americans come in. Black Americans aren't just in the NFL. Black Americans are the engine of the NFL, the labor force, the workhorses, the culture, the innovation, the style, and the strategy. All of it was built by Black Americans. And more importantly, Black Americans opened the door for every African athlete who plays here today. Not just Nigerians, not just football, basketball too. So before any diaspora bragging existed, Black Americans were breaking segregation barriers. They were fighting for roster spots, something that the Nigerians don't have to do because the Black Americans did it already. They were building the leagues, creating the play styles, and becoming the blueprint for global athletic excellence. Every African athlete who comes to the NFL or NBA walks through a door Black Americans built and paid for. That's not arrogance, that's history. Now, to underscore something, there are outstanding athletes all over the world. There are outstanding athletes in Nigeria and all over Africa. But here's the thing, what did you build in Nigeria? What did you go through to build a program in Nigeria where you can play for Nigeria and be proud of Nigeria? You didn't have the tenacity. You didn't have the boldness. You didn't have the courage to stand up and fight for your own country when you were in the majority. You ran to come to a country where somebody else suffered and in some cases died to build something for their people. You walked through that door and paid no price. Nobody blames anybody for wanting something better for themselves, for seeking something better for themselves, for going to a better place where you could build a better life for yourself and your family. Nobody blames you for that. But you need to learn how to put some respect on the name of the people that made that possible for you, because it would not have been possible without the sacrifice of Black Americans. So I'm saying you put some respect on our name and show some humility. That's what I'm saying. Put some respect on the name of the United States of America. Nigeria is never going to win a Super Bowl in the United States of America because Nigeria is not going to play in the Super Bowl. Some players of Nigerian descent can play in a Super Bowl. And they are representing the team that they play for, not the country that they came from. If they want to represent that country, they need to take their talents to Nigeria and compete in the World Cup. I'll be happy. I'll be cheering them on. Because the reality is, if those players got traded or cut from that team today, the Seattle Seahawks would be fine, and so would the National Football League. So don't play with us. Don't play with us with this. This is one of the Nigerian players, and he's holding the Vince Lombardi trophy. That is the trophy that actually belongs to the owner of the team. But all of the players get a chance to hold it for a minute. This is his chance. Look how happy he looks. He is happy that his team won. I seriously doubt this guy's thinking about Nigeria. He's thinking about the fact that the Seattle Seahawks won the national championship, the Super Bowl, and he was a part of that win. Now, these online agitators are going to take something like this and make it hard for these players because at the end of the day, they still have to play with the Black and white American players. And they don't play like that with the team. It's a team effort. And if things start getting spiteful on those teams, those immigrant players are going to be the ones to lose. And I can almost assure you of that because the Seattle Seahawks will be fine with or without them. So people need to be mindful of how America works. We don't give opportunity for people to come here and be successful for them to give the credit to some other country. So I've said what I have to say. And I don't want to end the video on a sour note because the look on this guy's face says it all. This guy is not a Nigerian in this picture. He is a Seattle Seahawk. And everybody needs to respect that. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Stay warm out there and have a great day.